Well, hello, Happy New Year, and
Happy New Year. Oh, look at the backdrop.
yeah, isn't
Yeah, it's
that's the
expensive.
back of your house, Russ?
Soon to be. Soon to be.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
backyard.
They were pumping a lot of cement this week. Well, last week.
Well, yeah, it's
Up until
been somewhat
yeah,
mild.
up until Tuesday they were pumping cement. Now they're doing something completely different. But I haven't seen any big steel yet. I've only seen the cap and everything. But they're still
Well,
working every day.
they got to let that cement cure for a
Oh
while,
hell
right?
yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh yeah. But you still got to cap it.
yep,
You got to put the L caps on. Oh, whatever. So I did some research.
yep.
So for those who are interested, the only um, grants that were out for public safety buildings ended in 2018.
Oh, so we're a
We
couple
were a
years
year,
shy,
we're year and a
about
half
a
to
year and
two
a
years
half
late.
shy. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're not out there anymore. There's only ones
Ugh.
for when was the they were weird things, like library updates, things
Yep.
like that, but no public safety buildings whatsoever.
Geez,
Yeah, I did some. It took a while, but I got into it. I had to go through some different machinations of different departments and things like that, and funding and all of that. So,
that's too bad because if we everybody went to shock when they got their tax bill.
uh huh, uh huh.
Oh
Well, you
my
see what the
God.
other one is? Is look at your water bill you're getting every month,
Yeah,
right
yeah,
through the roof.
yeah. And the thing is, it used to be quarterly.
Right,
Now you're getting it every month.
and they upped it.
Yep.
So when they up that, guess what else goes up?
You
Your
saw.
sewer bill.
Yep.
So yeah, it's getting expensive. Well, it's such a weird situation. You talk to somebody that rents a house, rents an apartment. They're 12 and 13, $1,400 a month.
I know.
That's a mortgage payment.
Well, it was a mortgage payment because housing has gone up too.
Right.
So now it's going to cost you $2,000 a month to get into a house because if you add the taxes in,
Yep, it's scary.
yeah.
It's
I mean,
because you talk about somebody. Take somebody who has a good decent job, $18 an hour. You're still only making $500 a week
yeah,
take home.
yeah.
So 500 times 4 is 2. My mother always said to me when I was young, never pay more than 1 week's pay for where you live. It doesn't work anymore.
No, you can't. You couldn't find a place.
No.
You can't rent or buy a place for that price.
Nope.
And the thing is, too, now, don't forget, our taxes went up too.
Whew. Yeah.
I'm not talking just the property tax, the state,
Oh, yeah.
your deductions, the
Uh-huh.
state added another tax in,
You got the
family leave,
family leave tax,
yep.
which is a bunch of crap.
And if Charlie Baker adds that gas tax on, I'm all done with him.
Yep. The scary part about the family leave tax is it went into effect in October.
Yeah,
You can't even sign up for it till
no,
July.
no, because they
They're
got
trying to build the
they got to
bank.
build the pool up, the bank. And the thing is that was all done by ballot. So it was the SEIU
Yep.
got people to sign this thing, and then people voted for it. Don't they realize what they're voting for?
No. No.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not the panacea you think it's going to be. You're not going to get that much money.
When they sell it up here,
Yeah,
but you actually get here,
yeah.
which is it's a sin. It's a
And it's
sin.
like unemployment. Yeah, it's nice to get. Well, you need to get the unemployment check if you got laid off because obviously you need the money to live.
Yep.
But then you get hit at the end of the year. We got to pay taxes on it.
Right. Because
Which
it's income,
yeah,
but you already pay taxes on it,
right.
so it's a double dip again.
Which is stupid. Why are you paying income tax on unemployment? That is so wrong.
The taxes, the insurances are out of control.
Yep.
It's so hard. People on Medicare can't just have Medicare. You have to have a Part B.
Oh yeah, you
Or
couldn't
you're
afford
screwed.
it. Yeah, you go in the hospital, you're dead. You wouldn't be able to pay the bills.
No, it's crazy. Crazy. It was funny. They had a guy on the news the other night was 94 years old, still working in a grocery store.
I saw that. Stop and
I
Shop.
was like, that's awesome. He's
Yeah.
like, I got to have a purpose.
Yeah,
gotta
he's
have a
in great
purpose.
shape.
Oh, he's in terrific shape.
He's a retired executive too.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like he's a guy that didn't make enough money that he needs to work to supplement. He's not doing it to supplement.
Needed to do something.
Yeah, he's doing it because he enjoys it.
Yeah.
And in fact, he said that when they took him off the register, he wasn't happy about that. He liked working on the
Well, because
register.
he talks to people.
Yeah, because he talks to people.
Well, look at 90% of the people that work at Home Depot
Yeah,
are retired
yeah,
because they talk to people.
yep. That's what they like to hire.
Yeah. Yeah. An individual I know, a half-ass relation now, through marriage, he was in Verizon,
Yep.
an exec in Verizon. He couldn't stand it. He retired. He took the buyout. He
Yep.
retired. He couldn't stand it. He works at Lowe's.
Yeah,
They love him. Shows up every day.
yeah. Well, you know, most like people, a lot of retirees, but worked for 30 years and they were very devoted to their job, showed up all the time. They're used to going to work. You know, they retired, they get a job that they really enjoy. Like, you know, I work for the radio station. I enjoy what I do.
Yeah. If you can get paid for what you like, it's the
Oh.
greatest thing in the world.
It is. It is.
Greatest thing in the world.
Yeah, and it's something to do.
Uh-huh.
If I go nuts on weekends in the winter, I have nothing to do.
It's a different world. And today, I was just had a meeting today. I had a meeting today with a client, you know, a new client, and they were talking about how they're expanding. And they have a place in Foxborough, they have a place in Granby, they have a place in Syracuse, and they're going into the Nashua area and opening up a place up there. And they put out a feeler for installation guys. And they got 5 people that wanted an interview. So they drove up to Nashua, they met at a place, and take a wild guess how many people actually showed up for the interview.
One.
You got it. One person.
Yeah, there's a shortage. You can't find any help today.
Your unemployment is 3.9%. It's the lowest it's been in 50 years.
And 3.9 is people that don't want to work.
Right, exactly. If you don't have a job now, you don't want to work.
Right.
Because you can work anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, this place is begging for help.
Oh, everywhere.
And they're even offering the train before they want to experience. Now they no, come in. We'll train you. We'll get you the experience. They can't, and it is a big problem trying to find workers.
Ah, it's awful. It's awful.
And hopefully it'll stay that way for a while.
Well, it depends. Depends on the next election. And you know what I really would like to do? This is my new wish. I just would like to be able to fast forward through every single political ad right now. I'm so sick and tired of listening to these idiots. I can't. Mike Bloomberg. Okay, I did not realize. I thought I'm from New York.
But he's not from New York.
I didn't realize that he saved New York after 9/11. I was unaware of that.
Yeah.
All this time I thought it was Giuliani.
Giuliani.
I must have fell asleep. I am so
he's-
sick of these people. And the other idiot wants to talk about the economy. What are you going to talk about? It's fine. It's never been better.
You know, Bloomberg's from Newton.
Yeah.
He's not even from New
I know.
York.
Hey, where was Hillary from?
Yeah.
It's just, they're all carpetbaggers. Every one of them.
Well, including the current mayor.
Yes.
I forget where he's from now, but not even New York State.
No. They're it's so bad now. It's just, it's obnoxious. And if you really listen to that, you're an idiot. I mean, you have to be that stupid to believe these people. You got this Tom Steyer guy telling everybody how he built this empire. Yeah, with other people's money.
Right.
You built an empire with other people's money.
Yeah.
And now you're telling him you're going to go against Trump and straighten out the economy. What the hell's wrong with it?
I know. I don't want you touching the economy. I think the economy
Please
is
leave it
doing
alone.
really good.
I know it's not town talk, but it's just funny. And my new favorite person in the world is Ricky Gervais.
Oh, okay.
I love that guy. Did you see what he did?
I know.
That was awesome.
And they beat them up for it.
Oh, yeah. Because they don't want to hear that.
I know but he was talking the truth.
It was absolutely
He
wonderful.
was talking the truth.
When he said that is the finest line I've ever heard at that. Just get your award and get the F off the stage. That's
yeah.
wonderful. Then nobody wants to hear your political views. Nobody gives a damn.
Right. And what makes you an expert?
None of them. None of them have a real job.
Right.
They pretend there's someone else.
Yeah.
It's just an argument I have with my son-in-law every year. Okay, I'm going to give you $20 million to do a job. You're going to do the job. You did it good. Okay, good. Now you did the job. I'm going to give you an award for it.
Yeah. For
The
doing
$20
your
million wasn't good.
Yeah. For doing your job, number one. And, you know, if you want to get another 20 million, do a good job with the last one.
Right.
And I'll give you another one.
Oh, it's just, it boggles the mind. It just makes me bananas.
And, you know, it kills me about these awards, especially the Oscars.
Oh, God.
They're only voting for themselves.
Yep.
They're people within the industry.
Uh-huh.
You know, it should be. Remember, was it for the All Stars? They started letting the fans vote.
Yep.
That's what it should be
It should be.
for the Oscars.
Yeah.
You wouldn't see a lot of these movies that get the best picture, picture.
No, some of them. I'm like, why would you even go to see that?
I know.
You know, it's just they're. I hate to talk bad about it because it's part of the family, but it's just a joke. It's just terrible. So in town, the fire station's going forward. We haven't heard another peep about them.
No.
If you want to go to the meetings, you have to look online to find them.
And it's going where they want it.
Of course it is.
They're not giving us the
No,
choice.
no. They're not going to. That's the problem with it, though, because the more people I see in the grocery store, in the lumber yard, at the hairdresser, whatever, you know, bar, whatever, I'm not voting for it.
They don't like the location.
I don't like where they're putting it. I'm not voting for it.
Yep.
So they made a terrible mistake because they're not. It's not. Look, we need a new fire station. You and I have been saying this for 40 friggin' years, but you're not using your head.
Now, I know you just said earlier that there was no public safety building money, but we still have a situation, and I heard that they're talking 5 more years on that police station. I've heard that actually now it needs to be replaced.
Walk into it.
Yeah.
By law, by state law, in that ante, in the vestibule, there's supposed to be a TV. There's no TV. It's small.
They got them in the town hall. They can't put one in there?
There is none. It's a law. It's an actual law. Now, in that town hall, in that police station, you've been in the conference room. It's
Yep.
tiny.
Yep.
Your cells have got to be getting old. Your space is getting limited. It's getting older. Your roof is going to fail. It's a flat roof. Why are you taking the chance?
They've had problems with the roof in the past.
Yes.
So here again, I've said it, there's a good spot to put a public safety
Uh-huh.
building.
That'd be awesome.
Because the land right across the street is available.
Would you know anybody there?
Yeah, I think I know a guy that is willing to sell it.
I know a guy.
So, I mean, it's perfect spot. And here it is, centrally located and easy access.
Yep.
And don't tell me that the traffic's a problem, because the traffic's going to be just as much of a problem where they want to put it.
You have the sensors on the lights,
Yeah,
lights and sirens.
right.
You're closer to the schools. You're closer to everything. You can't tell me if you put it there, they won't make it to Rockdale in 5 minutes.
Right,
Absolutely will.
yeah.
You'll make it to the most congested part of the town in 5 minutes. You'll make it to schools in 5 minutes. It's not that far away, but you're taking the big difference in how you get out.
Yes.
Because they're going to sink that in the woods.
I know. Oh.
They just don't listen.
And the thing is, you'd knock them both out because they're going to come back in 5 years and say, well, we need a police station
Uh-huh.
now,
Uh-huh.
after we get the new middle school.
You know, you're giving me agita.
I tell you, a lot of people got agita when they got their tax bill.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was
And that's
a
gonna,
huge
and that's
jump.
another thing that's going to get them to not vote for the fire station.
Yeah.
The timing was terrible. The location is terrible. And they're not using the correct plan. I hate to see it. I hate to see it. We're like Plymouth. The damn building is condemned.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? What are we going to be like Douglas? We're going to have it on somebody's lawn with a tarp over it? It's ridiculous.
No.
Remember those days?
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
when the
They used
Denver
to-
said
yeah,
they got a nice station?
But there again, they fought it.
Oh, yeah.
I guess I know some people live in Douglas. They say, boy, they can't believe their tax bills now.
There's not a lot of industries. A lot of state forests, but not a lot of industry.
Yep. But the thing is, too, now, there's a lot of expenses coming in. The schools are getting very expensive.
Yeah.
You got to pay your help.
What's your per pupil now? I bet it's $7,000.
I think it's even higher.
I bet it's
I
$7,000.
would- I would even go as far as saying $8,000,
It might. Hey, I'd have to look into it.
maybe even more.
But it's expensive.
Yeah.
You know?
And you'd be amazed how many kids are enrolled now.
Well, what are we up to? 17.5 now?
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, and you got a new development coming in.
Yeah.
That's at 55.
Over 55.
By the way, I heard an interesting rumor that CVS is taking over Burger King.
I keep hearing that, but I haven't seen anything happen.
Yeah.
But Burger King has not renewed their license,
Nope.
and they don't see them do any work there.
Nope.
And United Bank just merged with People's Bank. They're closing their branch on Grafton Street. So I doubt they're going to reopen this one.
No.
So, because
You know
that's
what I'm
what
shocked never came into this town? TD Bank.
they were going to. TD was the original bank that was going to go there.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. And they started excavating. If you remember, GBI owned the
Yeah.
property. He started excavating, putting the drainage in and all that. And then TD Bank pulled out of it, and we got United Bank to come in.
Interesting.
And they put the building up and everything. But now they've moved out. And I understand that that's what it is down to, is buying the two properties. And if they buy the two properties, they have enough room.
Yeah,
They
plenty
won't
of
have
room.
enough room with just
No. No.
Burger King. They need the
No,
two
that's
properties.
that's what I heard.
And
And I heard that a pretty reliable source.
I would, if I was, he knows me too. The house right there,
Yeah.
I'd sell.
Oh, hell
His
yes.
mother's passed away.
Take the money and run.
Yep. Move into the Linwood Mill or something.
Why wouldn't you?
I know.
Why do you want, at that age, why do you want lawn and stuff?
He's all alone.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd sell.
And the over 55 communities now are getting really nice.
Oh, these are
Really nice.
these homes are beautiful. If you want to see what they look like, you just go down to North Smithfield. And if you're familiar with North Smithfield, you instead of taking a right to go to Wright's Farm,
Yeah.
you go straight.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get to into the center of town there, you go down the hill.
Yeah.
You take a right and go down and follow that road, and you'll come right to an over 55. It's the same guy.
Oh, no kidding.
And you go. I went in there and take a look at it. Beautiful job, beautiful job. And I was there during the summer, and people were walking around. They just loved that place. They loved it. It's like a community in Florida.
Right. With no STDs.
Yeah. So they love it.
Yeah, it's great.
And that's what he wants. That's what he's planning here. It's the same guy, the same developer.
That's terrific.
And they're gonna. I think they're gonna run around $350,000 or something. Yeah, but it costs you for a house.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that, you couldn't get a house around here for that right now.
No. And 2-car garage,
Huh?
2-bedroom.
And you're not worrying about your lawn. You're not worrying about shoveling snow. You're not worrying about ice. You're not worrying about
Right.
the roof. It's done.
Yeah.
But the only key to that is what are the maintenance
Maintenance.
fees?
Yeah.
They get crazy.
Yeah. That you don't have any jurisdiction over, I guess.
Yeah.
But that all your roads are private.
Yep.
So you don't have the traffic.
That's a huge business now, you know.
Oh yeah.
Is maintenance companies for these
Oh, yeah.
houses. Yeah. Because they handle the roofs, the plumbing, the painting, the landscaping, the landscaping, including the plowing and salting.
Yeah,
So
they
it's
do
a huge
everything.
business.
They do everything.
Huge business.
Yeah, well, we got R&R in town that does that,
Yeah.
and he's grown huge with that. He handles a lot of income properties, rental units.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a
One of
big.
them used to live across the street from me.
Yeah,
He moved out. He moved to Sutton. Get away from his kids. That's the only way he was getting out of the house.
but yeah, I'll tell you, Old 55 is getting more popular, and I know people in town that want to see that built because they want to move in.
Well, the one over here where George Murray lives.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful place.
yeah. That didn't get bigger because it wasn't selling. But the guy who was developing that didn't market it right, didn't do things right. Because that whole development back there was supposed to be Old 55 originally.
Yeah.
And he ended up going with single-family housing.
Oh, did he really? I didn't know that. I thought it was
Oh,
all
yeah.
single. I did
Oh,
not
no,
know
no,
that.
only the front part.
Ah.
Very limited. And like I said, because he was not, this guy didn't, you got to know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
The guy that's doing this project off Church Street has built one. I saw it. This guy knows what he's doing. He does a beautiful job. Like I said, if you get on North Smithfield, you can't and see it. It's an unbelievably beautiful project. Well done, well put together. Houses are built well.
Cool.
The streets are done right. Everything. And the guy does a
And
good
that's
job.
huge. People don't realize when if you don't have a quality house and you can hear your neighbors, it's no fun.
No.
If your streets aren't pitched correctly, right drainage, it's awful.
Yeah.
You know, are they putting granite curbs in? Are they putting, berm curbs in? You know, they get
Well,
torn
he can
up
put
easy.
berms because it's going to be his. If you build if you got a development that the town's going to take over the street,
You got to put granite.
yeah. Well, we have granite because it stays up better.
Oh yeah.
But now the DPW says, well, they would rather have Cape Cod berm.
You should see the Cape Cod berm on Mason Road.
Yeah,
Destroyed.
yeah. It doesn't last. The
No.
plows hit it and chew it
That's
up.
exactly what. It's a big hunks of it in the middle of the road.
I would go with curved, slanted granite.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because, but I don't see anything problem with the regular vertical with the horizontal granite because to me the plows hit it, they don't break it.
No, you're not going to break that,
No,
and it won't move
no,
because it's sunk for about. I think it's 2.5 feet
no, not 2.5 feet, not that much.
into the ground.
Probably maybe a foot.
I thought it was bigger than that when I saw them putting them in.
It
The
might
one by
be.
mine,
I
I
don't
swear
know.
to God, it's in that deep because it was that tall when it was sitting on my lawn. Believe it or not.
It goes deep, I know that, and it's cemented in.
Oh yeah, it's not going anywhere.
No, and it'll be there for a long time. I remember when they were doing the Hills of Whitensville, and the developer wanted to do asphalt curbing, bituminous concrete, they call it. And Dick Sawzell, a DPW director, says, and they offered him a vacuum truck in lieu of it,
Yep,
and he says, no, because that vacuum truck will be long gone, and I'll still have my granite.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, he's right. It maintains the road much better.
Yep. Holds up much better.
They redid Benson Road. They had to put back a lot of the berm because over the years it got wrecked.
Oh yeah. The road breaks down because the oil from it dissipates.
Yep,
So does it on the curb.
yep.
You got salt, you got sun, you got rain, you got snow. It all dissipates.
Yeah, talk about something. Boy, we're having a pretty good winter so far. Yeah, I know.
Did you see that squall come through today?
Yeah,
Holy mackerel.
but Saturday,
Saturday, 60 degrees.
60 degrees.
Tomorrow's going to be 6. Saturday will be 60.
That is unreal.
That's terrific. Nobody will get sick. No, you'll be fine.
Why go to Florida? We got better weather here.
And you don't have the storms they're having right now.
Yeah.
And I'm very glad I'm not in Australia.
Oh,
Because that's a big barbecue.
they need rains, and I heard, well, this is global warming. Well, they arrested 9 or 10 people now for arson.
Did they really?
Yeah, you know.
No.
The one guy set like 6 of them.
Why would you do that?
He's a volunteer firefighter.
Oh God. No, that's that syndrome.
See, so don't tell me this is global warming. There's people out there setting fires.
It is dry over there right now.
Yeah.
The scary part is what it's going to do to the environment over there. You're going to lose the flying foxes, the
Yeah.
koala bears, the dingoes, because there's no place for them to eat.
Right.
And it's an ecosystem that's not working. Because the flying foxes, which I did not know this, I watched this the other night. Flying foxes actually pollinate the eucalyptus trees.
Yeah, because they're all going through the trees. They're moving it around.
Yeah, and so now they won't have eucalyptus trees. Well, your koala bears are going to die because they got nothing to eat.
The thing is with Australia is they got animals that we have nowhere else in the world.
Right. Yep.
So I mean, yeah, it's a real that's a nightmare.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they can do. Other than rain, there's not a hell of a lot they can do.
It's like California.
Yeah.
If they didn't get the rain they got, it would have been a disaster.
And California's problem, the reason they're having so many problems there too, they don't clean the forest up. Dead wood. I see it around here and every now and then. You see, you gotta clean it up. And
Because a lot of people out there got nothing to do that could give them that job
yeah,
instead of sitting on the sidewalk.
yeah, I know. Well, that's what they want. They don't want to work. They don't
Yeah,
want to do anything
yeah.
but sit on a sidewalk.
Feel sorry for me. Give me some money.
Yeah.
No. What I felt bad for when I was out there was the dogs. Because every one of those idiots has got a dog.
Yeah, I know. How are they feeding?
How are you homeless and you have a dog?
Yeah, how you feeding the dog?
Exactly.
You going begging for the dog too?
I tell you what, it was the hardest thing for me to do is walk by the dogs because I love dogs. I love animals, but I love dogs. And I had all I could do, just kept saying to myself, you can't save the world, walk by. You can't save the world, walk by.
Yeah, and the dog has nothing to do with it.
No, it's not his fault.
No.
He didn't choose that life.
Right. I'm sure he'd rather be with
A family.
a family, yeah.
Sucks. They're all nuts. Too many fruits and nuts out there.
And hey, how about McDonald's in town? They closed the dining room, huh?
Did they?
You didn't know about that?
No.
They're renovating.
Oh, well, I don't go to McDonald's.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a fast food guy.
But they're renovating the dining room. The drive-through is open,
Yeah, I see.
but the dining room is being renovated.
Oh, wow.
And I think what they're doing is they're automating
Huh.
because the minimum wage in Massachusetts went up again.
$12.75.
Yeah,
By 2023, $15.
yeah. So when you go to McDonald's, you'll be ordering from a robot.
Yeah, that doesn't shock me. Go to Home Depot.
Yeah.
No cashiers.
No. Yeah.
All cash out yourself.
Walmart.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got very few. They cutting down the number of cashiers.
Uh-huh.
They're doing this everywhere.
Yeah. We're putting a robot in.
For
Loading the glass onto the tables to cut.
yeah.
You don't have to worry about a guy moving a 96 by 130 piece of glass. No, it's all going to be in a cage with a robot. Loading each table.
Yeah,
All day long.
Package Steel over in Sutton, he gave me a tour how their place is extremely automated like that.
Yeah.
And he said they recently added these robots in, and it's much better because they're so accurate.
They don't take days off either.
Don't take days
They
off.
don't get sick.
And they don't get hurt. I mean, you're going to see more and more. We're coming to where, and the thing is, this is not a bad thing because you don't have people doing repetitious jobs.
Right.
They sit there and they program the machine. So you're going to have to know how to program,
Uh-huh.
but you can learn that.
Yeah. I can't. I'm way past that. I'm lucky I can use my laptop.
Well, it won't be necessary for you.
No, I'll be done.
Yeah.
I'll be done. It's funny. There's one of our accounts is a company up in Leominster, the largest manufacturing facility in Massachusetts. It's 600,000 square feet, and they make partitions for offices. You know, the ones with the cloth on the
You're
sides.
right. Yeah.
You know, they make one of those every 7 minutes, from start to finish. It's all a robot. It's all machinery.
Where are they located in Leominster?
Right off the highway.
Right off Route 2
No,
or 190?
190. You know
Oh.
where the
J-Tech
Texas
Park?
Roadhouse is?
Yeah.
Right across the street.
Oh, okay.
Technology
I
Drive.
went right by there.
Technology Drive, right up on the
Oh,
hill. The entire top of the building is solar panels. The entire building is run by solar.
wow.
Do you know I never realized what's in solar panels? Mercury.
Yeah,
What are they going to do when they go bad?
it's going to be a big problem.
What the hell are they going to do when
They're
those
going to
go
have to be
bad?
they're going to have very strict regulations on how those things are.
Because they're everywhere.
Yep.
On the side of the highways.
And they have like a 20-year shelf life.
No. I'll be dead. I'll be here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But it's going to be a problem. But, like nickel cadmium batteries the same way. I mean,
It's awful.
the round batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the batteries in cars.
Yeah.
The electric batteries. Those huge things are
Yep.
massive, and they go dead. What are you going to do with them?
They can recycle them.
Can they really?
Yeah. The stuff is all recyclable, but it's got to be done under strict conditions so it doesn't get released into the environment in any way. The thing with mercury, I know mercury is bad, but mercury is a form of metal.
Yeah, it's a heavy metal.
Yeah. So and it's part of the environment. You know
It's
that
not good for you.
Huh?
It's not good for the water.
Yeah, but do you know that the Romans used to drink it?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Because they were crazy.
Yeah. They like the
They
taste
rode
of it.
chariots. It's sweet.
Yeah.
It's like lead. It's sweet.
Yeah. And then, of course, you had, look at the Mad Hatter. You've heard of the Mad Hatter. And,
Yes.
well, the reason they call him a Mad Hatter is when they made felt hats out of beaver's pelts and things like that,
Yeah.
they had to work with mercury to shape them.
Hmm.
And the guys that did that would go out of their mind. That's why they called them Mad Hatters. They become mentally ill from.
Well, that's like the why we're 90% of the actual painters drunks.
Yeah.
It's the only way they could come down from that high, because there was lead in all of the paint.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was so
And
high.
that was
during
up to
the day.
1978.
Yeah, and it was so high they would drink to come down.
Lead was so important in paint. I remember my grandfather had a lead smelter and would melt lead and add it to the paint because it would keep the paint it helped the paint that heat.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To stick to the wood.
Oh yeah.
And you would never get that paint off. In fact, where he would
Unless
scrape
you chewed
down.
on it, which means why you are what you
Yeah.
are.
He would actually fill, when he scraped the wall down in the house,
Yeah.
on the apartment house, and paint with lead, pure lead, and then paint over it.
Holy mackerel!
But nobody thought of it
No.
then. Nobody thought it was a problem.
We used to smelt lead when I worked for the telephone company in New York City
Yeah, that was
to
quite.
seal the when
Yeah.
they put the piping through.
Yeah.
And they would seal it back and put the
You sealed it
next
with
pipe,
lead.
seal it. Yeah. Well, lead bars.
Yeah,
Put it right in the smelter.
and
That
then
was pretty stupid.
you had water pipes made out of lead.
Oh yeah. Oh
They're
yeah.
still around there too.
Oh,
There's
there's a
still
lot of
some
them
out
around.
there.
Yeah. Well, that's why if you wouldn't know it, but if you see now the mirror that's coming out now, because they took the lead out of the paint from mirror, what happens is it doesn't adhere anymore,
Right.
so it blackens out now quicker.
Yep.
So now they're trying to come out with a copper-free mirror, because it's the copper that goes black.
Oh.
Silver nitrate, copper oxide, zinc
Yep.
oxide, 2 coats of lead-based paint. Well, they took the lead-based paint out. Now it's a water-based paint. It doesn't hold.
Oh. Yeah, I see the black.
Oh yeah, that's the copper going bad.
Oh, I'll be
And
darned.
it reacts to the silver and everything's black. So now they're coming out with a new mirror that's no copper.
Well, that's a savings too because copper's become pretty expensive.
Oh yeah. Oh, it'll be more expensive, trust me. No, they'll figure out how to make it more expensive.
But we come up. They come up with new alloys all the time. So.
Yeah.
I mean, one time, well, look at, we go back far enough, bronze. What was bronze? Copper and tin.
Yep.
Somebody had to figure that out at some point.
Somebody mixed something together and figured out, hey, I
Yeah.
can play with this.
Yeah. Stuff works pretty good.
Yeah.
But, yeah, well, getting back to town talk, yeah, we haven't got hit with the field. That'll be going on in your
Nope.
tax bill
July.
in July. So we get ready for another increase.
Yep.
That one won't be too bad.
No, it's just you keep compounding the problem.
Yep.
Your water, your sewer, your electricity, your gas, your oil, your taxes on the school, your taxes on the field. People are going to go, enough.
I mean, I know we're the lowest in the Blackstone
Oh, yeah.
Valley, but that's not a goal you want to achieve.
Yeah, but that's baloney.
Yeah.
Because all they do to get you to 2.5 is they raise the value of your house.
Yeah.
So whether it's $11 or $13, they're still getting the same money. It doesn't matter.
Well, the housing values are going up because of the fact that properties are going up.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's only
Oh,
so
yeah.
much available.
Yep.
That can go, now, see, that's the other thing too now. If you go back, a few years ago, there were house values were way up there in town.
Yep.
They came down, so the tax rate went up. Because they're gonna make that,
Got to make the 2.5.
they're gonna make the 2.5, yeah, they're
You
gonna
still
make.
got to pay. You still got to pay all the people in town hall. You got
Yep.
to pay the firefighters. You got to pay the police.
Right.
You got to pay the DPW workers. Sewer department. Oh, you got to pay them.
Gotta meet the debt,
You got to make the debt. And hope to get Chapter 90 money. And hope to get some cherry sheet money.
yep,
And see where it comes. And, your base for your school has got to stay the same. It doesn't change. Your percentage has got to stay the same.
yes.
And then you just hope that and they have such a surplus in Boston right now. They don't know what to do with it.
Oh, they know.
Well, they're trying to figure out how to spend it. I know what they're not spending it on, the tea. I saw them rolling out, I was in Springfield Monday, and they were rolling out the Orange Line cars. They're already junked.
The ones that are breaking down
Yeah,
as
they're
soon as they
already
put them
junk.
out.
What, they had, the Worcester line was tied up for 4 hours last night. People left at the 5 o'clock, didn't get home until 8:30, 9 o'clock. And this is what really was funny. A train broke down. A switch, whatever. All right, we're not going to be able to fix it. Get off the train and find your own way home. What?
Yeah, it happened in Framingham.
Yeah, what? It was
Yeah.
actually Natick. I'm like, are you going to be, how do you tell the people who have been paying to use this service, you got to find your own way home?
Yeah. Number one, they should have brought buses
Yeah. Yeah.
and transported them.
Yeah.
I don't care if you got to charter the bus, if you got to use your own
Yeah.
buses.
Yep.
MBTA has buses.
Oh, yeah. It's just stupid. You want people to use mass transit, but your mass transit's terrible. If you're going to spend that money, spend it on infrastructure.
One of the busiest transit services is Washington.
Oh, yeah.
But they do a good job.
It's beautiful. It's
Well
beautiful.
run.
Yeah.
They do a good job, so people use it. How can you expect them to use this one? I'm amazed at how many people. Grafton is that lot. Is
You
packed.
can't get a parking spot.
Right,
You can't get a parking spot.
which amazes me
Yep.
because when you get on that train, you don't know if you're going to make it into Boston.
Right.
You don't know if you're going to make it back.
Right. It's awful. I don't know how people around here do it.
I know. And part of the thing is, though, because of housing costs, more and more people are moving out this
Oh,
way.
yeah. Well, did you see what they're going to put up over South Station?
No.
Another skyscraper right over South Station. 4-year project. Houses and offices.
Well, I know there's a housing shortage in Boston,
Oh, yeah.
and the prices are unbelievable.
Well, now they're doing that short-term stuff that people are really tear-ass about because they're kicking people out of their apartments and using them for short-term leasing for people
Oh,
coming
yes,
in.
yes. Yeah. Yeah, they're actually for tourism and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Because they got that deal where you can rent your house out,
Right,
your
the
apartment out.
Airbnbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable. But that can turn at any time too.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure.
These things work well when the economy is doing well.
Yeah, you jump on board and find out that, as I always say, you got to be careful when you jump over the other side of the fence because the grass is greener. That may be a septic tank.
Yeah. Or the water bill is higher.
A lot higher.
Yeah. But
Uh-oh.
yeah, the thing is that the state, everybody, the towns, money's rolling in. You should be banking it now, putting it away because one of these days it's not going to be rolling in.
You have the money from the casinos. You have the money from the lottery. You have the money from taxes. There's such a surplus, and they're not doing anything proactive or sensible with it. It doesn't make any sense.
I know. I mean,
I know the rainy day fund is high. That's great. That's a good thing you want to have because if it hits the fan, you want to be able to cover it.
yes.
But this is just this. I mean, there's no specification to what's happening with the lottery money, and that's.
Well, the state is also borrowing like crazy too. Go ahead, you're on.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hey, you got it? Okay. Hey, Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, you guys got your tax bills, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And like you guys were talking about, next year you're going to get the other percentage of what's left on, for the school. I think that's another 20 million. And plus, also now we'll get the Community Preservation Act added onto that.
Yeah.
And so there's all these things that are being added. And like I got a lot of calls when people got their bills, because they were unaware of, like how that 15-year upfront loaded interest with the school, because they thought that it was only going to, on average, to go up $300. And if you weren't at that town meeting in October of, was it last year when, or whenever that school came out, a lot of people were unaware
Well,
that
October 2018.
15-year upfront loaded interest,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's
And
shocking.
I'm hearing the same thing you guys on the fire station. So I don't know how that's going to work out because a lot of people aren't happy with that location. And
Right.
like they're talking about the response to the schools and then the talk about the ledge down there. And so there's going to be like I said, I agree with you guys. A lot of people they're not happy with that location. And like you guys bring up a good point about the police station too, but you know how things go. Sometimes things fall on deaf ears,
Well, obviously, because it's almost like we were told, "Hey, this is what we're doing. See you later."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like it or lump it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you were at the meeting, Russ. You saw that. That was, like you said, it was like it or lump it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the people have the final say.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And
And we still don't know the cost of that fire station either.
Oh no, you won't know that for a year.
Right. And I think there was a couple of people at the meeting, and they brought up a good point. You're going to pay all this money, and it should be something a building that we're proud of, and not hidden in the woods. So that was a good point that some of the people brought up at that meeting, and then also what Russ brought up was the response times to the schools, and like I said, the town just passed that local national historic district on all these historic buildings, and the response time to those buildings are going to be increased also. So that's a lot to think about. But on the Harry, I know you're on. I think you're on the Community Preservation Committee. Are they looking at anything they're going to use that money for?
no, not right now. You got to build it up first.
Right.
So there's nothing you're looking at right now, but that is a good source, though, in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of raising taxes or having to do an override or debt exclusion, you can actually go into that and probably pay for some items that we may need in the future.
Oh yeah. Anything that's innovative would help the taxpayer right now.
Yeah, so I mean, they done. I got to hand it to Ted. He did it was a good concept when he took the solar money
Mm-hmm.
and put it into a maintenance fund.
Right.
Because how many years we don't fix anything.
Nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
And then we end up, we got to put up a new building because we didn't fix the one we had.
Right. And we're going to be faced with all these, potentially, what are they going to do with the NES school when they move out of there? And
Yeah.
so that's going to be another issue.
I mean, let's not look at it for municipal use. Let's look at selling it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get some
yeah.
money in.
I mean,
Sell the
maybe
equipment
if
behind
they
the
sell
fire
that,
station.
they could, if they could somehow use that money, if it goes into the general fund to help, with the taxes, who knows,
Sell the equipment behind the fire station.
Yeah.
Sell the buildings we're not using. Get rid of them. They're of no
they
value.
used to have
They're
surplus
an
property
eyesore.
sales. I don't know why they don't.
It doesn't make any sense. They're sitting there rotting.
Right.
Somebody will buy those.
Yeah, I mean, it's
10
like
cents
the
on a
town
dollar. Who
loses
gives
money,
a damn?
And then as you guys were talking expenses, another big thing that's on is health insurance for people are paying, and
It's awful.
I just read in the paper that most all medicines are going up 5.8%. So you have, like you said, so you have all these things that are snowballing on the regular taxpayer, and like I said, I agree. I mean, people might say enough is enough, and unless there's some type of innovative offsets or some type of way to help the taxpayers,
It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
And Harry, I notice a lot of the memorials in town, and also, the ones in the squares. A lot of the flags have come off them. Now, do they repair them before Memorial Day?
Yeah. In fact, a couple of guys looking at them right now and this week.
Oh, okay.
But it's a problem because I can tell you for a fact
Right.
that we put the flags out and the kids go by on their bicycles and break them.
Oh,
I mean,
That's
I
just
thought it might have been the
disrespectful.
bad weather doing something to them.
and then of course when you get high winds. I mean, these flags are coming out of China. They don't stand up.
Right. Like the MBTA trains.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
How whacked out is that? All the parts are from China, and they're assembling them in Springfield.
Well, it's like most things. A lot of things is all politics.
And they put a building up. They
Well-
put a building up to build these things in there, and they're still making money.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's because part of the deal was they had to be manufactured in Massachusetts. So they send the parts in and put them together and say, oh, we manufactured them right in Mass.
Right.
And they're awful.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. We used to build good stuff here.
Oh yeah, well, that's why like these thrift shops. A lot of people go to the thrift shops and they find things that were made in the United States, from the old days.
Yeah.
And yeah, because I saw that. And I was just wondering. I didn't know if it was the bad weather, and then somebody said, well, usually before Memorial Day they put the flags back on the memorial.
No, that is definitely done more on Memorial Day.
Mhm.
But there's a couple of guys that are, Phil Sears one, that's going around and looking at the flags and
Good for him.
replacing them.
Good guy.
But you know what? It's not an easy thing to do, especially in
Oh
some of these.
no. I mean, when at their cadence, because they know when they get a chance,
But, I mean, you go try and do the Floyd Convent Bridge or the Moran Bridge over in Linwood when the cars are whipping by,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and you got to stand up on your car to get at it because it's so high up.
Yeah, even the Linwood Bridge and the Rockdale Bridge,
Yeah,
And
You need a detail cop.
yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean it's.
and we ain't gonna have that, believe me.
You gotta, well, you guys are out there driving. You see the crazy drivers out there,
Oh.
Yep.
And that a lot of people were taken back by that tax bill. So, and like I said, well, you think this one's bad? Wait till next year.
Yep.
But I'll
And
tell you,
but we'll see what shakes out, and just try to keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully there's some help out there for the taxpayers.
I know people live in Douglas and they're going out of their mind because they're even worse.
Oh yeah.
So it's throughout the valley.
Right.
And how about Millville? They're in the verge of bankruptcy.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah,
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
but
You got a lot of unfunded.
I know,
liability.
and then it's also like I say, it's what are we down? Another person in the DPW, so that's hard to ask them to go out and do a lot of these things with the memorials and things like that. I mean,
Well, no, they're not going to do that.
That's not their job.
no,
No.
They're lucky. They're lucky in the springtime. They can, they can mow the lawns.
right. Well, hopefully that their budget doesn't get cut again this year.
Oh my God, that was the dumbest thing.
Well, I don't have to tell you what goes on, Russ.
It's called frustration 101.
Right. But hey, I just wanted to call in, wish you guys a good New Year's, and we'll see what.
You
Hopefully,
also.
this be a good year, and see what things bring to the town. And I'll let somebody else call in, and you guys take care now.
Well, we're
too.
getting close to March,
Right.
and what is it, the end of March, you have to have your papers in?
Mm-hmm.
So let's see who's going to run for selectman.
Well, I haven't heard anybody.
Well, that's why I say, if you're not happy with the way things are going in town, get involved.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that money, that the CPA money is handled in a good way. So I got on the committee. It's a pain in the neck. I got to go to meetings once a month.
Right.
But I got involved.
Right. Well, you're from the old school, Harry, where when you get involved in something, you stay with it.
Right. Well, I mean, that's if you want to get things done right. We got some great people. Glenn King is chairing that committee. He's a phenomenal
Love that
guy.
Oh yeah.
He's a great guy.
Super
Now, how does
job.
that go? Doesn't a certain amount have to be all has to be divided equally to the things that it's
Yeah.
allocated for,
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah, you got to divide it up. You don't have to, but right now that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
I worked with
And then-
Glenn King on the finance committee.
Yeah, and then you hopefully hope that the state matches something, right?
Right.
Well, the matching is not that great because there's so many towns that signed up for it now. You're not getting that much money.
Right.
The more towns that sign up, the less there is.
Right.
And the money that comes from real estate sales.
Yeah.
It's an extra tax they put on real estate sales.
Right.
But like I said, that's limited now because so many towns are getting and cities and towns are getting involved that it takes away from the pot.
Right.
If we would have got in there at the beginning, would have been a lot higher.
Right. And if you had a lot more real estate transactions, right?
Well, yeah, if you get more real estate transactions, there's going to be more money available.
Right. But I mean, anyway, being cautiously optimistic, it should help the town, right?
Oh, it's gonna help the town because it's like it's like having your personal savings account.
Right.
So when the emergency comes up, the money will be there. One of them is recreation.
Right.
Well, we keep hearing how we need more. We need to fix up the fields we got.
Right.
Well, that wasn't going to happen because there was no money there.
Right. Well, I know a lot of people would like to see the summer programs. Remember the summer camp program?
Well, see that you could fund that through that.
Oh. Well, that'd be a good idea
I'm
if
pretty
they-
sure
if they
we
did
could.
something
I'm
like
not
that.
positive you can do that ongoing, but you might be able to. I have to look into that. It's
Right.
quite complicated. Fortunately,
yeah.
Glenn is really up to date on it, and there's websites that you can go to and you get updated, and there's a group that gives classes. It's quite complicated.
Right. I saw somebody from your committee address the school committee the other night.
Yeah, well, that's what's going on now is they're going around to different committees
Oh, okay.
and letting them know what can be done
Right.
that are involved.
Right.
So,
Well, like they say, information is knowledge, so that's good.
right.
The truth.
So, all right. Hey, well,
Have
at
a
least,
great
at
night.
All right.
least we'll get something out of it. Hopefully, it'll help the town.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I'll see you guys later now.
All right. Happy New Year.
Hey, Happy New Year.
Yeah, I worked with Glenn on the finance committee.
Yeah, great
Guy's
guy.
unbelievable.
Oh, he is. He
He
is.
is so smart.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
I
boy.
says he emailed me. He emailed everybody on the next meeting, and I said, Glenn, thank you for becoming chair because you're doing a great job. And it's a tough job because this is a very hard thing to understand. There's a lot to it. It's not as simple, cut and dry. It's a lot. It's quite complicated.
He's the guy for it, though.
Oh yeah, I'm so glad that he is
Smart,
on that
smart man.
committee. But like I said though, now we're coming up on election time. You have to have your papers back by the end of March.
Right. You can't pick them up till February.
Right, but you
And
know,
then you go-
we're getting closer.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be February, so I'm,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
wondering. We haven't had an election now, what, for a couple of cycles?
3 years.
Yeah.
3 of them.
Yeah.
Who's up?
I'm not sure who's up now.
I think it might be Tommy.
He might be.
And then one of the other 2 guys. Not
Yeah.
Charlie, not Carol. Is her name
Jay Athanas?
Jay Athanas, and it might be one of them.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Be
We'll
interesting.
see.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Yeah. And you know, school committee. We have to cut back on the size of committees because nobody runs.
Right. Well, remember the big fight we had? They had 9 people on the school committee,
Yeah.
and they wanted it finally. It's at 5 now, right?
5.
5. When they went to go 7, I'm like, what are you going 7 for? You can't get a quorum now.
Yeah.
How are you going to
Yeah.
get a quorum then? You're only dropping 2. And it finally went to 5.
I mean, one time the selectmen were 3.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, it's interesting. It's people are busy.
Yeah.
People are trying to pay their bills.
Yep.
They're working harder, working more.
And you know, you serve on town government, it's time consuming.
Oh heck yeah. Absolutely is. You got to know what you're doing. You got to find out what's going on, and you got to stay up on it.
Yeah.
I always remember one of the selectmen saying to the town manager, I'll never forget him. Yeah, your biggest job is the care and feeding of the selectmen. You have to keep us informed, and you know who that was.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He lived off of Sutton Street.
Yep. Fabulous guy.
Uh,
But you learn things from people like that.
yep.
You know, and that's the truth. The care and feeding of the selectmen. They must be informed of what's going on. It's that simple.
Yeah. I mean, you need to know what's going on so you can make the right decisions.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's not easy.
No.
Not an easy job. And you have to have the right attitude, the right reason to go into it. You can't go into the school committee because you have a kid in school. That's not the reason you want to do that.
You're not going to affect it.
No, you're not. There's rules, regulations, and that stuff. It doesn't make any sense.
That's it. And the state is making it tougher too to run. You know, I had to. Thank God that the town clerk's office, Linda Zwane, did a good job. She sent out the form, already made out. All I do is sign it, print it out, and sign it, and bring it into her. For election for money you spent.
Oh yeah.
Well, they got a 0 form.
Yeah.
So that's. I don't spend any money running for planning board.
No.
But you
I can't
also
believe that.
you also got to go online and take this test for the state on ethics. If anybody needs to take the ethics test,
It's the state.
it's the state legislators.
Yes.
But yet they're making and you're in town government. Come
Yeah,
on,
It's awful.
you can't get people to serve now.
Everything that you do that has anything to do with the state is a test.
Yeah.
I had to take ServSafe. It's $160.
Yeah,
Tips, $50.
yeah.
Allergy testing, $50.
Yeah.
Choking, $50. I'm like,
We're gonna choke right now. We gotta
have
go.
a
Hey.
good week.
We'll see you. I'll be here tomorrow night with a new show about the valley. See you then.